Have you ever wondered how an entire national story, a whole identity, can be built with just a handful of words? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to break down. We're looking at a teaser script, just 50 words long, to see how every single word works to build a powerful narrative. So let's just dive right into the text itself. It starts out with these three super simple, almost elemental ideas. Just listen to how deliberate this feels, the rhythm it creates. First up, the sky. Then it brings us down to earth, the ground. And then it sets the final boundary, the sea. You see what's happening? It's painting a complete picture of a territory, a whole domain. And right into the middle of this world, it places one single figure, an Indian soldier. And just like that, with only a few words, the whole stage is set. We've got our setting, we've got our hero, and you can already feel the conflict bubbling under the surface. So let's get into exactly how this whole story is put together. So the very first piece of this narrative is the foundation. And it's all built on a promise, a totally unbreakable vow of defense. Okay, so this line right here, this is the core of the whole thing. It sets up the central problem. Somebody, an outsider, is trying to force their way in, and it gives us the one absolute solution, the soldier. And that phrase, standing in the way, that's so key. It's not about attacking, it's about being a constant, immovable object. And this is how the script shows us just how big that promise is. By calling out the sky, the ground, and the sea, it leaves absolutely no doubt in your mind. This is not just about a line on a map. This is a full 360-degree shield. Every single way you could possibly think of getting in is covered. And notice how the text is defining its hero at this point. The soldier isn't doing anything yet. They're defined just by being there. Like it says here, they're an omnipresent and unyielding guardian. It's almost like they're more of an idea, a concept, than just a person. And that is a really powerful way to set up your main character. But you know, a story can't just be about a defensive wall. That's kind of static. So after setting up this incredible defense, the script does something really clever. It pivots hard. The whole mood shifts from just defending to straight up defiance. And you can literally see that shift in energy right here. We go from that passive idea of standing in the way to this really active, direct language. Phrases like, look you in the eye, bravely challenge you. And then the ultimate taunt, right? Come if you dare. The soldier isn't a wall anymore. Now they're a challenger. Okay, so you've got all this confrontational energy building up. What do you do with it? Well, the script gives it an outlet. It shifts again into something that feels way less like a speech and a lot more like a powerful group chant. You see the pattern here, right? It's a classic call and response. A question gets asked, how far, and a single, loud, clear answer is given back. And then you do it again. Doing that builds up an incredible amount of momentum and energy. It's totally designed to be shouted by a crowd to make everyone feel like they're part of one powerful roar. So what's the point of repeating it like that? Rhetorically, it's just so effective. It takes a simple place name and turns it into this huge symbol of ambition, of strength. It creates this powerful slogan that's super easy to remember, and it makes you feel like you're part of something unstoppable. It's all about building this shared determination with a really simple, catchy phrase. All right, so let's recap. We've had the vow of defense. We've had the switch to a direct challenge, and we've had the unifying chant. All of these pieces have been building, step by step, toward one final big declaration. And there it is. That's the punchline to the whole 50-word story. This is the identity that has been built. The text is basically making an argument. Because of the unyielding soldier and because of the defiant challenge and because of the powerful chant, the identity that emerges is one that is both proud and fierce. Every single word we heard before leads right to this. So there you have it. You start with a quiet defender. You turn them into an active challenger. You build that into a unified roar, and you end with a fierce declaration of identity. That is how you tell a massive national story with incredible precision. And it leaves us with a really interesting question, doesn't it? What other powerful stories are being built all around us, using just a few carefully chosen words?